Previously on Two Elves and a Dwarf.
Should we just roll the dice and see which tunnel we should go down?
I'm going to roll a 1d12.
Oh, okay. Well, there's 6 tunnels.
And I got a 12. What does that mean?
So not a 1d6.
No. What does that mean?
A
do I
12?
go on the right side or the left side?
Well, that's up to Cletus. What is Cletus doing?
Alright, well, I'm going to go in front of each tunnel opening and lick my finger and hold it up in the air and see which one has a draft.
So, this cavern, I can't express to you how big it is. This place, each one of these tunnel entrances is about 80 feet tall. And they're spread out along, think of 4 football fields, all combined into one. That is how big this room you are in.
So you're
right
saying
now.
there's no draft?
So you're telling me there's not a draft?
You're not going to feel anything, no. And by the time it takes you to go to each and single one would be a couple hours.
Oh, dang.
Yonkers.
So let's just go to the closest one, though.
Well, you're getting in the center. So, you're in the very
They're all-
center.
Okay,
let's
he's
take a
making
vote.
this really hard.
Left. Let's go left.
Go left or roll
Left.
the dice.
Well, I rolled a 12, so...
That
There's
doesn't matter.
That's a good...
We're going
Does
left.
that mean go home and die? Is
Left.
that what that means?
Does it look
Juju.
like Yord? Do you think they're Yord here?
You
still?
told me recently.
Bad juju.
You told me the fire's been burning recently, which means it's not the Yords.
So who could it be?
That's why I'm saying. That's why we're discussing it as a team right now.
it's not a complete team. I'd
Did
like
you
to say
see
that
anyone?
we're not there.
I didn't see it. No, that's the... Listen with your ears, okay? I saw
Can't get Peter.
hammocks. I saw
I'm
fires.
sorry, Edmund. I'm just trying to understand.
Why do you always hate me, man? Okay, no, let's
Why do
have
you
this out.
hate
Let's have
me?
this out. Okay, I come to you, okay, and I'm like, hey, I know something, and you're like, no, you don't. You don't know nothing, Amber. You're a stupid little dwarf. And I'm like, no, I do. I had a freaking vision. I have air powers. Can't collapse the house. I just saw people, except I didn't see any people.
Yeah, you
and you
collapsed-
don't believe me.
you collapsed.
Why don't you believe me?
You collapsed my house.
How many times do I have to prove myself right before you're like, Edmer, you're right. Let's figure this out before we die. Huh? Answer me that.
Did it ever occur to you that I had a hard life once you guys disappeared?
We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the fires and the dudes that are down here that aren't
do you
supposed to be
think
down
you're
here.
making quite a bit of ruckus right now?
Yeah,
with your
that's the
pissy
point.
fit?
That's the point. Okay?
So is this hurting us or helping us here?
Probably, no, this is helping us, because we need to work through this if we're going to be on this little adventure together.
I'm
Closure.
cool. Are you cool?
Are you going to respect me?
Probably not, but...
Then I'm not cool. Then we got issues.
Okay.
RESPECT. Okay?
Do you need me to find out what it means to you?
Yes. Yes, I do.
R.I.P. Aretha.
Got to shout out.
I respect you, Edmer.
Then let's get down to business and find out why the people who aren't supposed to be here are here.
Well, how about we go find Cleus and
No,
Pirish, and we
We
have a
don't need
talk.
that dork.
Alright, tunnel 3 it is.
But, there's homies down here that aren't supposed to be here.
Well,
I'm
do we...
prepared.
I'm confident in my fighting ability as a bard with a -3 charisma. But, let's, not for a second. Cool?
Yeah.
But there's this black door that's made of weird broken wood. And it's kind of crooked in the tunnel. And it's blocking the tunnel. But yet you can kind of see through it. So it's very poorly made. But it's blocking your way. And it's pitch black. And you can hear something behind it. Okay, so you're standing in front of this black door. How do you proceed?
Carefully. I pull out my axes and I ready my wind power.
I
So
wanna
so you
listen.
said it's a poorly constructed door.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look through one of the gaps in the boards.
Okay, give me a d20.
Give me a
This
look
will be
check.
perception.
Okay.
You don't have spec ops
16.
night vision though.
I do. I'm an elf.
Oh.
I'm the only one that doesn't.
Okay,
Oh,
so you walk
be
up
human,
to the gate, the door slowly, and you kind of peer through one of the cracks on the ground. And from beyond it, you just you see one or two hammocks chilling on the side of the wall. as well as a fire pit. And there are no embers, no ashes. It looks like no one's really been here.
Okay, so I turn around and I tell the group what I see.
Go ahead.
Oh, I looked through the door and there's some hammocks, like in the other tunnel.
Who did you see there?
There was nobody there,
But
and
we
there
could
was
hear
like
sound. So who's there?
I couldn't see anything.
You couldn't see any sound.
I couldn't see the sound. And there was a fire pit, but no embers, no nothing. So should we proceed?
Yeah, you go, dude.
All right, I'll proceed.
Okay, what's the formation?
Triangle.
Before we kick this door open.
I was just gonna walk in quietly.
Let's do Sparta arrow. Okay.
Wait, did I notice anything in the hammock,
No.
or was it empty?
No,
Okay.
you didn't notice anything.
Okay.
So
I think we should
You
just-
take point. Then who's the next strongest? Not
Cletus.
I
Cletus
have
in
a
the
bow,
back.
so I'm gonna be behind because I have a bow.
Okay, I got your back. I'm your second.
I'll
You-
be there. Peter will be.
Okay, so there's our arrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Effie-
Effie will be next to Devin.
Yeah.
You want me to hold her? Like,
Surprised we
tie a
kept
rope
Abby quiet
around
this
my
long.
waist.
Yeah, she has a gag in her mouth right now.
Does she have a leash?
Gab the
She does.
gag
Okay,
the
I'm
goat.
gonna tie the leash
Yeah, the
around
kids are calling
my
it these
waist
things.
like a belt.
Calling it something.
And so, go ahead and proceed. You're gonna try to open up the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door.
I'm gonna knock an arrow.
Okay, so you
I'm gonna
open
knock on
up
the
the door, and the door swings
knock
open
on
with a
the door.
loud
Perfect.
and hits against the side. And you're in this entranceway, which looks like the rest of the tunnel. And it's starting to light up blue with the as you guys continue walking down. But you see a couple of hammocks, just 2 or 3. And it looks like there were people here, but it's been a couple days or something because there's no embers in the fire, and everything just kind of looks like, yeah, it just looks like no one's been here. in a
So do we
couple
see
days.
anything that might have made the noise?
No, but you can always give me a listen check to
I'm
see
gonna
if you
do a
still
listen
hear
check.
anything.
You can sure try.
That is a 6.
Okay.
Or is it a 9?
So you're hearing
Like a
some
9.
like muffled sound. It sounds like grunting coming up ahead.
In the darkness.
That could either be really fun or like.
There's some grunting in the darkness. Yikes.
It's definitely not a grunt, but
No, you can't really make it out. But you can definitely, all of you can hear it from up ahead a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna proceed with,
Charge.
with extreme caution.
Okay, that works.
Embers is gone.
Peter actually unties Ebby from you and puts her in one of these hammocks and goes, "Stay here. I'll be right back for you."
Can't wait to kill that goat.
And he pulls out his sword and continues down the tunnel with you guys. As you're walking out, it's starting to get lighter and lighter, but not because of this blue torchlight. You're actually seeing actual torches that are placed on the walls, and it's pretty lit up. As you're sneaking up, the voices are getting louder and louder until you actually can make out some words. In a rusty old voice, that's very, very poor English. You hear, "This one's a heavy stinker, isn't he, Bretta?" And then you hear another reply, "Hey, he will feed me good." And then us was like, "Once the fire's ready, we skin him and eats him? He won't, Bretta." He goes, "Hey, food feeds me, Bretta." And as you're peering from around this corner, you see a pillar of stone in the center of this room. Your entrance leads right up to it, and then it's just a deep pit all around it. There are 6 bridges that connect to this pillar that lead off into different directions. What you see is 3 figures. They are awkwardly shaped creatures. They are hunched, and they have devilish red hair that flow down their back, and they've got just really knotted muscles and are really bulky. Their skin looks really hairy and matted, and between these 3 creatures you see a post with an elf dangling from it. who is unconscious. And they are just carrying him over their shoulder, and they walk right past you guys. They don't see you, probably 100 feet away from you, and continue down one of these bridges. And they go out of sight.
Ooh.
Let's not save him.
Anyways,
Yeah, we have too many party members already. We just,
Too much food.
we can't spare the cheese. We
can't
honestly
spare
can't
the
spare the cheese.
Well,
All right.
we should probably go save him.
Okay, but like,
What were those things?
laddie,
Uh,
you think we know?
Well, I don't know.
dude,
I don't
just,
know.
I just make cheese for a living. Okay, I don't.
Chaka
I
from
don't.
Land
I
of the
don't mess
Lost.
with this.
Do we attack?
Do
Do we save the elf?
I don't even know what weapon I have.
You fucking better.
I have a tambourine. I have a tambourine. All right, Peter.
We,
you don't have an actual weapon?
No.
well, they're gonna skin him and eat him.
We can't let that happen.
We can't let that happen.
Dude, it's
And
my
besides,
elfin brother.
He probably knows something.
There's 6 of us.
Three
There's
of them.
3 of them.
Yeah.
He could be on their team.
That sounds like a
Could-
good
well,
way
why
to
would
get
they eat?
dicked
I
on.
think there's only...
Dude, some people are into some weird shit, man.
Peter, I think you should count again.
There's 6 of us.
Never tell me
Nope.
the odds. I'm taking
Are
off.
you counting Ebby?
Ebby is back in the hammock.
Then there would be 5 of us.
There's me.
And me. And Edmer. And Cletus. And Pyrish.
Can we get an intelligence check for the DM?
We're really good at numbers tonight.
There's 5 of us. There's 5 of us. Man, is this ever clear?
No. And are you sure there are only 3 of them?
Yes, they just walked past us.
Do you want to count again?
There are 3.
I say that
I think we should go.
we shoot
I
him
think
first.
if we sneak up on them, we should be able to.
I think we go all hero mode.
I'm not.
But
very
we don't even
sneaky.
know if they're bad or not.
But
They're
see, I'm a
bad.
gentleman,
They're
so...
gonna skin and eat a dude. Intelligence
If
check.
you were
your ass.
hungry, would you not skin and eat someone?
No, because I have standards.
So you'll starve and die.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Actually, I'm gonna eat Ebby.
You will not.
He's going in my belly one day.
Well, we have to save him. It was an elf. We have
I think
to
we
save
should
him.
capture these dudes.
Capture?
How?
Torture.
How?
Okay.
I have rope.
Oh. Well, they obviously do too, because he's dead.
I knock them clean, and then we tie them up, and we dangle them over the pit.
Do you not see the gnarl muscle thingies? And the
Gnarl
hair?
isn't a good thing.
You not see the hair, dude?
Probably look like this.
Dude, that's gross.
So how
I
they
say
look?
we go in guns freaking blazing.
Okay, wait.
to
Are
save the
we
elf.
talking like, Hunchback?
Yeah,
from,
we should save
from,
one.
From 300, or are we talking like Stephen Hawking, like crippled?
No.
Like-
Too soon.
No, we're talking about 300.
man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they are hunched over, and like what you could tell was they had an abnormally small lower body. Like they were kind of like
It's a little
their
penis,
knees
what you're
like
trying to
sticked
say.
out, kind of weird, and they like kind of
Bow-leggedness?
waddled. But they had huge upper body, like no neck, pure muscle, just knotted and like long, really thick arms.
Okay, I have a question. Can I be a badass?
No.
Are you already a badass?
Be
Okay,
a
so,
badass.
let me run this by you because I don't know the extent of my powers. Could I, in theory, jump and have the wind like push me, like fly over into the middle, and like surprise these fools and just chop some heads off?
Don't kill yourself.
You can always try.
Would that be?
Remember,
would that
you
be-
said if you overuse your powers, you'll die.
Would that be well?
And you're
And,
pretty good at nat ones up to this point.
and like, I'm also aiming for how big is this platform? Like, is my
So
margin
they're
for
already
error
out of
really small?
sight. They've went into
They're
a
all the way down
different
the
tunnel.
tunnel.
Oh, okay. So they're not in the middle of the thing.
No.
Okay, so I don't need to heroically air jump.
And die halfway
Into
through
the
because you just too much
middle.
magic.
Into the middle.
And then just go for it.
Okay,
Just passes out halfway.
You take the
On the
bridge
pit.
across to the other side. It's
Walk
like,
like a
a
human.
Let's just go.
wooden
Walk like a normal
strung
person.
bridge. Like a hanging bridge.
We're planning too much. He's gonna be eaten.
Let's
by the
go.
time we get
I'm
there.
going.
Let's
I'm
go.
just-
Let's charge. I'm
like,
done. We're charging.
You guys are just running.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm running in hot.
Are you
I got my
yelling?
tambourine and
Yeah,
wedges.
I'm. Ah!
Okay.
Can you see the background?
Ah!
Ting, ting,
All right,
He's in
so-
front.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Meat
All right,
shield.
so you guys start running across this wooden bridge, this suspended wooden bridge, And when, you know how, like, on the playground, when multiple people run across a bridge, it's kind of, like, all over the place?
You
That's kind of
fall
what's
off
happening
jumping.
right now
What do you
as
get
you guys
sick
are
with that?
running. And you run across and get into this room, and you come to a brief halt because you see skeletons all over the place. And you see these three figures huddled around a fire with this elf across. Like,
Being cooked.
and they look at me, who the hell are you?
Shoot an arrow.
And let's roll initiative.
Okay.
All right.
Is that D20?
I got an 11.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
20 for me.
Ooh.
Cheater.
14.
Okay. Uno
10
mas.
for Belleron.
Belong.
Okay. You said you got an 11. Who said that?
Cletus, the champ.
Okay. And what'd you get, Pyrish?
20.
Edmer?
14.
Devin? By Belleron?
10.
Remember when I...
Suck it.
When I was the weak link.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll carry you.
That's okay. I'll carry you.
Okay.
I'm still injured.
Yeah, you're right.
So starting with Pyrish, what are you going to do? They're just kind of sitting around the fire, and as they see you, they stand up and draw their swords. And so what are you doing first? You kind of got the upper hand.
Is this considered a sneak attack?
No, they're aware of you.
Because
they-
I yelled.
Coming kicking and screaming.
If they swore at us. They swore.
Okay, I am
And
going
another
to
thing I should
just...
say, while looking at them, as you're looking them dead in the face, they're not extremely tall. They're like probably like 5'1", 5'2".
That'd be nice.
And
It's like a giant.
and they've got tusks coming out of their mouth.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh.
That'd be nice.
Alright, I'm going to run up and I'm going to stab one in the neck.
The closest one.
Yeah.
Okay, give me a D20 that you hit them.
15.
15. You run up and you try to stab him, but he just moves his head and you just miss.
Dang,
Just
that's a
slides
pretty high roll
right
to
past
miss.
him. Right after that, we're gonna go to actually the person you just attacked.
Perfect.
He
did.
after you swing your sword right at him, he kind of reacts and brings his long sword right up, trying to do an
Uppercut.
an uppercut. Yeah, pretty much with his sword. So let's see here.
Perfect. I'm ready.
Prepare yourself.
So that is a 13. Does that hit?
No, it does not.
No, and so he just brings it right up and misses as you kind of duck back.
Got a missing game player.
One of the other ones hurries over and runs right at Edmer, and he's going to bring his hammer right down on your head. Try to, anyways. He's like, "Oh, dwarf!"
You want me to bring the hammer down?
Whack a heavy.
Can I win power, sucker?
Uh,
Or are we mid action?
does there? You can always try. There's a 14 though. Does that hit you?
Well,
AC.
yes, it does.
Okay, so he brings it right down. You kind of manage to get out of the way, but not good enough, and it hits you right on the arm. And so that is going to be... That's going to be 8 points of damage.
Ooh.
Doesn't even phase me, dude.
And it kind of like pushes you to the side a little
I still
bit.
have 41. We fine.
And then we go to Edmer.
Okay, so run me down how there's like how big's this room?
So this room, it's not as big as like the bathroom was in, but it's pretty decent size. Like I would say, like a school cafeteria, pretty spacious.
Okay, and then how far away from the fire are we currently?
From the fire, I would say about like 20, 30 feet.
Okay, that's a ways. My plan's not going to work. So with my free, okay, so
So you've got this opposing thing right in front of you who just hit you with a hammer, who's kind of bearing down on you, and then
so I have one good arm right now.
one's fighting Pyrish, and then the other one hasn't done anything yet.
Okay, so I'm gonna take my one good arm. I'm gonna call on my wind powers to like give me extra speed and strength. And I'm gonna chop this dude's head off
Okay.
with an air strike.
So you're just kind of using the air.
I'm using the air to like push my arm, my axe, because it's wide, you know,
Uh-huh.
to like super powered pop.
So like almost like a turbine behind you.
yeah,
That's like propelling this axe forward.
I wouldn't say a turbine 'cause it's kind of big. I would say like a gust of wind.
Well, yeah, in
A
this.
breeze,
Okay.
a light breeze.
Okay. Give me a D20, no modifier.
No mod. No. That.
Perfect.
Nailed it.
Can I?
What did you roll?
may have rolled a 4.
Okay. So, are you trying
super
kind of thinking
magical,
Win Dixie
just-
here? What do you say to Win Dixie as you're swinging your sword, your axe?
I love you.
So you say, "I love you, Win Dixie." And you bring your axe right across. He just kind of takes a step back, and it actually sticks into the stone right,
Oh, nice.
right by you.
Crushed
And
it.
your axe
Literally.
is stuck, and no wind came.
No wind came.
No
Free.
wind came.
Hey, that was
Dang,
pure
Win
muscle that
Dixie.
sunk your axe into the
And
wall.
just stone.
Pretty dope.
From there, we're going to actually go to the third creature. He's going to pull out a javelin, and he just hucks it right across the room at Peter.
Ooh.
And so this,
Trying to kill yourself, man.
Peter actually
dies to
kind of steps
ghosts.
out of the side and catches it,
Oh.
and then in return tosses it right back.
NPC's a beast apparently, so I can't hit a dude 2 feet in front of me. But Peter can grab a javelin out of midair and
He's
then
Captain
turn
America,
it
okay?
around and chuck it back. Okay.
So Peter
Okay.
catches it, throws it right back at him. It travels halfway the distance, then falls to the ground.
Okay, not
He's
as
like,
bad as
"Yeah,
I thought.
bitch."
But that's still pretty cool, though.
And Pirate's just kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
and
Get a morale boost from that.
We're gonna go to Cletus. Cletus, what are you doing? Are you still
Yeah.
banging on your tambourine?
Dude, I'm still banging on my tambourine, but I'm gonna sing a song.
Okay, sing us a song.
Let me sing a song.
Cut
You
to
literally
commercial.
have no weapons.
Cut to commercial.
Oh, Pirish, I want you to do better, 'cause you're kinda sucking it up. And then, bing, you get Bardic Inspiration, which gives
Okay.
you a 1d4 to your next roll.
Okay,
Is
here's
that my attack roll?
That's a
just
roll.
next.
It's
anything.
Whatever the heck you want to be.
So-
Dude, if you want to seduce Edmer, and you have to roll for that,
Mid
go for
combat,
it.
just make eye contact.
He just walks over to the
So
battle.
with
Hey,
that
baby.
gorgeous song, you guys feel inspired, annoyed. Doesn't matter. You're attacking.
I'm feeling good.
But with that, we're going to Balaran. What are you doing?
I'm going to shoot the one that ran up.
The one that ran up on Edmer.
Yeah. run
Okay,
up,
so
get done up.
Edmer is kind of in the way a little bit, like they're in close quarter combat.
Can I sidestep and shoot?
Yeah, but it's still gonna be disadvantaged because Edmer's right there.
I'm freaking dead.
Okay.
Okay,
Just
so
shoot.
give me a d20.
Just shoot through him. It's fine.
Pull a piccolo.
Okay,
21.
okay, roll again.
Nailed it.
11.
11. Okay, so it's the 11.
Okay.
You shoot your bow, and it actually bounces off Edmer's armor and shoots offward into the ceiling. It doesn't do any damage to him, but it definitely startled the crap out of him. But you do miss.
And-
So.
After that, I'm going to say, get out of the way!
I'm focused. I don't hear that. Okay.
With that,
ready
it
to
goes
win.
back to Parrish after
All right, the
this.
same guy right in front of me,
Yep.
swinging.
Okay, D20.
Good. What's it plus the?
It's a
It won't help.
What'd you get?
A 3.
A 3?
That's not
Okay.
gonna help.
You bring
know,
your
could make it a
scimitar
7.
kind of across, do a slash, and actually this time he just grabs the blade and chucks it out of your hand.
Dang.
And so you're
I rolled a
disarmed
1.
now.
Didn't even hurt his hand?
No, it didn't.
Shoot.
And with that, he's actually in retaliation going to kind of throw his shoulder into you.
Man, we're doing good.
crushed.
18.
We might have made a
Yeah.
mistake.
Okay, and he throws his shoulder into you. You don't take any damage, but you're actually knocked prone at like 10 feet from where you were. Like,
Perfect.
this
Oh,
was a
jeez.
huge hit, tossed you airborne.
Perfect.
And he's kind of growling, and he's like, "More food, brother," and starts running right after you again. And the second guy who was attacking Edmer is still in close combat with him, brings his hammer again, trying to hit you. And that's going to be a 9.
Do I have to roll?
No.
AC.
That's your
AC.
Good.
Okay, he brings it down and hits your axe handle, knocking it out of the stone wall.
Ooh, dope.
So it falls to
I
the
was gonna say, is
ground.
everyone just
But,
disarmed?
but his hand's kind of shaking after, like,
Cletus isn't.
the friction there. And so that goes ahead and shoots us off to Edmer. You're
Okay,
up.
so I currently have one arm that just got rocked.
Yeah.
That's probably not working too well.
You have your armor on, so like you don't feel any like bones broken, but bruising. You
Can
feel
I
like
move my arm?
Yeah, you can.
So I have one axe right now. The other one's currently on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really care about all that. So I've been thinking.
I'm just asking questions.
I'm gonna take my wind power. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna focus up because I'm injured. I'm in a bad situation. I'm gonna take my wind, bring it around, grab the fire, light this dude on fire.
That's not gonna work.
You can always try.
I'm telling you now.
Look
Okay.
at your DM's
I mean,
face.
So
you can put the fire out.
you're summoning wind
You know,
to wrap
the
around
guy
from your
stuck
direction, catch the flame to
It's gonna because we're in a room, right? So it's
Yeah.
gonna go.
Or put the fire
and
out.
light him
And say,
on
dude,
fire.
it's been
Pick
cooking
up
this
the
entire
fire,
fight.
hit him with some fire. Whether that's on fire or not, I don't know. But he's gonna get hit with fire.
All right, so that's
No.
okay. So go ahead and give me D20 and then add 3 to it.
At 3. Here we go. Please.
It's been a
Please
little
don't be
gracious.
If you blow on a match, the fire goes out. It doesn't.
Actually,
get
if you
carried.
blow on a fire, it gets bigger, Devin. So good try.
His name is Valron.
This isn't gonna work.
Here we go. Here we go. Do you believe? Hey, blow on these real quick. Thanks.
Oh my
Perfect.
What'd you get?
I don't want to say.
7
Plus
plus
3
3,
would be
10. Okay, so you actually feel this
Crushed it.
rising in your chest, and a burst of energy comes out from you, and you.
Burps.
But instead, like, you lose concentration as you make eye contact with this thing in front of you. And instead of, like, having the wind revolve around him and then go get the fire, it just hits him and sends him flying airborne. It knocks him back about 30 feet where he lands
Oh, wow.
with a great thud. But with this, you immediately black out.
Dang.
And
So I'm just-
and you
gone.
slump to the ground.
Dude,
Okay,
our
dope.
MVP's leaving us. Nice.
Dope.
And after falling to the ground with a thud, you hear a loud crunch, and the creature howls in pain. My arm! And you can see black bone jutting out of the elbow.
Black bone?
Uh-huh.
Ew.
And
Compound fracture.
he struggles to get to his feet, but he finally does. Picks up his hammer in his left hand and charges right back into the fray. But this will shoot us off to Cletus.
All right. So how far away am I from that javelin?
From the javelin,
Javelin?
it's a good. So it's tossed about 30, 40 feet. So you're,
Okay.
yeah, you're
Could
quite
I-
a bit away from.
Could I reach it if I use all my speed?
Yeah, that would
Okay.
be your turn though. Trying
Okay.
to get to it.
That's
Run
worth
back.
it.
And
because
it's
I-
going,
Woo!
and
Pick
so
it up.
like
Surrender.
the one who just got tossed by
Well done.
Edmer
It's a thing.
is closer to the javelin than you are.
Take ignorance
So
axe.
if you run
Steal
to
my
get the
axe.
javelin, you're gonna
Come
cross
back.
paths with this charging
Oh,
one.
and then an attack
And
of
so
opportunity.
he's gonna swing at you thinking you're charging it. So
Okay. And now how close is Edmer to me?
Emmer is like right by you.
Right next to
He
me.
just kind of slumped like 5 feet from you.
Okay,
Save
can I
me.
go and grab one of his axes?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I run and grab one of his axes,
one's
and
on
is
the
there
ground.
still...
the closest
one,
one's by me, isn't it?
The closest one is by Brayden. They're fighting by Parrish, and then the other one was knocked 30 feet away. And then there's one who hasn't moved, who tossed the javelin, who's just chilling in the corner.
Okay, can I reach Parrish's...
Yeah, you can, and then you
Got
can
it.
help him
Okay.
attack.
Alright, so I'm just gonna go over there, and do I have enough... And does that use up all my speed?
Yeah, you're only like 10, 15 feet from him. So you
Okay.
walk up there, and
Casually. Just stroll up. Just
I
a
think you're
neutral
humming like a battle
Strutting.
hymn, I would imagine.
of the Republic.
That's
Man, we got some pipes here, man.
Go ahead and roll d20 to bring this axe on him.
Alright, gonna go ahead and swing, and that is a... I don't even want to tell you. That's a 10.
A 10? Okay, so you bring your axe down, and like this axe is a lot heavier than you thought. And you're kind of like, damn, Edward,
Get some
You got
guns.
some guns. And that thought crosses your mind right when you bring it down and it's short. And you just kind of bring it down right in between your feet.
Oh, nice. Does
Because
it like...
it's a shorter axe, because it's a dwarven axe.
Because
So
he's
like,
short.
you didn't reach him at all. You kind of swung it down at we'll say 4 or 5 inches away from his face, and you bring it down to the ground.
Crushed it.
With that, we'll go to Balron after you see Cletus's fail.
Okay, so how close are all the creatures to the fire?
One that Pyrish and Cletus are fighting is about 5 feet from the fire. The other one that got knocked airborne is about 10 feet from it, as it would flown past it, and the other one hasn't moved yet. He's still a good 20 feet from it.
Still just cooking the guy.
Yeah, still rotating. Well, he's not rotating. He's just chilling there. He was the one who threw the javelin. He hasn't made an action yet.
So how many people are by the fire and the elf?
People who are by the fire is your 2 friends, Pyrish and Cletus, the elf who's above the fire, and the one they're fighting and the one who's running at him.
Okay, I want to try and get to the fire because this guy's cooking.
Yeah, he's cooking.
And I don't want him to be cooking. Because we could kill these guys, but he's still going to be cooked.
He hasn't even been rotated, so he's just sitting
You guys are
face
high
first.
You guys are high fiving. You look over. He's just like fully crisp. Like, oh, the whole reason.
Yeah.
So you're gonna run over there?
Yeah, I want to try and get him not on the fire.
Okay, give me a d20.
sure he
Just
appreciates that.
just d20.
That's a 9.
9. Okay, that's fine.
Why can't
You-
you freaking roll?
You run across. The charging one tries to barrel hug you and
But I just do a cartwheel.
You actually slide under his feet.
Okay.
You
Oh,
kinda
nice. Hobbit
and,
style.
And he goes, tackles, and slides onto his stomach.
Heck yeah, dude.
And then you
Crushed
get
it.
up and what are you doing? Are you cutting him loose? Or are you just pushing him off of it?
I just want to... So it's like... I would imagine there's 2 tripod things on the ends.
Yeah.
And then a stick going across.
Exactly.
I just want to knock it off
Okay.
the fire.
So
Knock it off.
since he's a little bigger and you're kind of stressed with time, you just Spartan kick it, and you knock him flying. You knock this thing over, and this elf tumbles to the ground with a thud, and it goes. Still unconscious, but he is no longer.
He's
on
not
the fire.
cooking.
And so with that, you go to, but as soon as you kicked it, the one who's just chilling, who hasn't moved yet, was like, "Hey, that's my food," and pulls out a massive sword. This thing is huge and charges right at you. He brings this sword up in a high arcing strike and brings it right down on you, and with a 3. As you're super intimidated, you roll to the left and it swings right past you and you're fine.
I just gotta say, I'm a ninja, dude. I slid under one guy and then just rolled out of this other.
And
then
yet you haven't
Spartan
done anything
kicked
yet.
something.
Yeah, but I'm awesome.
Beat the shit out of a
You
guy
haven't
on
even
fire.
done anything though.
I'm still the coolest guy in the group.
Debatable.
Oh, the only one who's done anything is Barker.
Oh,
Bardic
excuse me, I
inspiration.
knocked a dude 30 feet in the air and broke his arm.
Oh yeah,
passed
you're
out.
right. You're right.
Okay, so you blew a dude. What's cool about that?
What did I do? That's what I'm good at.
Blue
okay?
dude and passed out.
Where you go?
Oh, perfect.